What is going on, guys? Justin here with a pickups video, and this video is going to be my large purchase that I made in the midst of my insane garage sailing weekend. This was my big Friday night purchase, and I decided to make this its own separate video because it wasn't a garage sale find, although a lot of this stuff in this video did come from local garage sales originally. I will explain that as we go along here. But I got all this off of another local seller, my buddy Mike. Actually, I bought a bunch of stuff off of him last year, I believe. So I'll put links to those videos down in the description below. But I want to say thank you to Mike once again for hooking me up with a pretty sweet deal on all of this stuff. So let's hop right into it here. I'm going to show the systems I got from him first. And for the bigger ones, I'm just going to kind of pan over them here, because there's too many of them to show in my little corner over here, but there's a couple handhelds and stuff that I want to talk about after I show this stuff. So for the PlayStation systems, there was 3 PS2 fat systems, a PS2 slim system, and 2 PlayStation 1s. One of them was the original gray model, and then one PlayStation 1 slim system. There was like 12 or 15 controllers that came with those PlayStation systems, and a big box of cords with memory cards in it and everything. So that was all for the PlayStation systems, and then I got 2 NES systems from him. One of them was actually a really nice one. It was actually his own personal system that he had played a few times, but I guess he wasn't really into it or didn't have time to play it anymore, so he sold it to me. Yeah, there was a few controllers for those systems there, a zapper gun, and some cords. And so hopping into the handheld systems here, there was 3 of them, one of which is actually pretty cool and has a story to go along with it. But first off, here's a Crimson DS Lite system. It's got one of these stupid Nerf cases that are a pain to get off, so I'll have to try and rip that apart. And then there was this, I believe this is a 2DS system here, which is pretty beat up. The joystick is actually cracked off of here. Looks like it still works, but it doesn't actually have the pad on the joystick there. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do much with this. He kind of just, I think he threw this in for free with the deal anyway, so I didn't really pay anything for that. And then there was this system here, 3DS XL system, but it's the retro NES model one here. And the funny story about this is I had seen this for sale on our local Facebook marketplace for many months. And originally the lady was asking like $140 for it, and then all of a sudden it was like $70. She cut it in half, and that's when I had originally messaged her, and I think I offered like $40 for it or something like that, and she said no, she didn't want to sell it for that price or whatever. So this other guy, Mike, my buddy Mike, ended up buying it at some point, and I don't know exactly how much he paid for it, but I'm assuming he got a pretty good deal on it, because I think he sold it to me for $40. Which is funny because that's what I originally offered the lady for it. So anyway, yeah, it's scratched up. It's really beat up, but I tested it over before I bought it, and it seemed to work all right. Came with the charger, so that was pretty cool. I've never owned one of those before. So that was all for the systems. Now hopping into the games that I got, I guess I'll start out with some of the more quality stuff first. We got a complete box Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo. It's pretty beat up though. It's missing the insert in there if you can hear the cartridge rattling around, and the box is in pretty rough shape, but always cool to get a Donkey Kong in the box. And then these N64 games here, which have a story to go along with them. I'll show them first though. Mario Party 2, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, and Super Smash Brothers. So if you guys remember, well, by the time you're seeing this, it was a couple weeks ago at the garage sales. I bought that N64 system with the expansion pack in there for $10, and the lady told me that she had sold her games earlier in the morning for 50 cents each, and she was naming them off. You know, she named off Smash Bros, Star Wars Racer, Mario Party 2. So I asked him, you know, hey, did you get those from a garage sale for 50 cents? And he was like, yep. So this was 3 of the 6 that he got. He was with a buddy at the time, and his friend got the other 3. But yeah, it's just funny that I was so frustrated about that a few weeks ago, and I ended up with at least half of them anyway. Not for 50 cents each, mind you, but he gave me a good deal on them. So that was just kind of funny. And then for the NES, I got Super Mario Bros. 2 and Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt These were both games that went with his personal system that he sold me. And then got a couple PS3 games here, both factory sealed, Time Shift and Grand Theft Auto Episodes from Liberty City. And then for the PS1, I don't know if I want to show these individually. No, I'm going to take out the two better ones here and show these, and I'll just kind of show the other ones quick because they're nothing special. But these two were kind of cool. Medieval 2. Looks like it might be a little sun faded, I'm not sure. I'll have to compare it to mine. It's got a sticker on the disc, and the manual is ripped at the staples there. And then the other one was Spyro Year of the Dragon, the holographic looking cover there. And then I'll just kind of show these spines real quick so you guys can see what they were, but they were mostly just sports crap. So that was it for the PS1. I guess I'll move on to PS2 next. Most of these I'm just going to show in stacks because there's really nothing too special in here. He sold these to me for pretty much dirt cheap in like a bulk lot. So there's those, and then got two more stacks of them here. Show quickly, lots of sports and just nothing special. Here's the last stack of them here. And now moving on to some of these handheld games here. I'll show the Game Boy games I got. Super Mario Land, Pit Fighter, and Star Wars. And then for these, I got a bunch of loose DS games, which I'm just going to pan over quick here because they were mostly junk. You know, stuff that I'm sure he didn't pay much of anything for, but were just kind of gimmies in this deal. I don't even think I paid for these, honestly. I think he just gave all these to me. But there were some intriguing ones. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these here that didn't have labels. Like a kid scratched off the labels or something. So I'm assuming they're just crap like the rest of them, but I'm kind of curious to see what these are. There's also a Game Boy Advance game like that. It didn't have a label on it, so who knows what that could be. Also got Star Wars Flight of the Falcon for the GBA. And then finally for the games, I'll show these quickly, these box DS games. Nothing special, Crash and some Star Wars Call of Duty. One 3DS game on top, which was Lego Harry Potter. So yeah, that was everything I got with this deal. You know, the highlights being the N64 games that had the interesting story to go along with them, obviously. And I don't know, he hooked me up with a sweet price on all that stuff, and hopefully, you know, end of the summer I'll be buying some more stuff off of him. I guess he doesn't care if I say what I paid for everything. I paid $320 for all of that, which you know, once I test all the systems and everything, and assuming they're all working, it's a really good deal. So I gotta say thank you to Mike once again for hooking me up. Look forward to doing more bizzNES with you in the future. So thank you to him, and thank you to you all for sticking around and checking out this video. And until next time, take care.